Hey, it's Bruce Profits back again. This video is going to be the first in a series of musings of a full-time trader. So in this video, I'm going to kind of go over a few different things as far as psychology, expectations um, from being a full-time trader. So a lot of people like to hype it up. Oh, I want to be a full-time trader. I want to do this full-time. And just to give some perspective, I've been doing this 8 years, full-time trading, I think within this year of 2024. So it hasn't been too long, but already I can see, some of the ups and downs and how people can struggle trying to do this full-time. Now, first and foremost, you do need a cushion. If you don't have a cushion, every single trade you take is mentally going to feel like your bills are on the line. And if everything feels like your bills are on the line, you probably won't perform very well. Maybe a few of you will, but that'll be the 1% of the 1%. This business is so hard, so the last thing you need is a financial obligation on your back trying to force you to make something happen. You do need a track record. Have you performed successfully, for an extended period of time, or at least, amass some level of money in a period of time that could cover your expenses in the case that, you don't have a profitable month or week. Now, trading full time has a lot of aspects to it. The mental aspect, just knowing that, most of your bills will be paid by trading, or all of them, if not all of them. Currently, all of my bills are being paid by trading, so it is a blessing. People say blessing and a curse. There's no curse to it. Simply just manage your money well and you'll be fine. But it's the hardest easy business in the world. Most people will never succeed at it. People who've been doing it for an extremely long time, some of them still don't realize, what it takes to level up. I would say the most important aspect is going to be risk management. You can get lucky gambling from time to time and getting a payout. But when it comes to how do you recover from drawdown, how do you recover from, having withdrawals and having your account basically reduced to almost nothing, it takes risk management. You have to know when you need to size down and when you need to size up. You have to know, your edge, your competitive advantage. You need to know when you're on a losing streak that you should probably cut your positions in half and slowly build back up that confidence as well as your equity curve. So there's a multiple facets to trading full time. The mental, the physical. So, how long are you going to spend in front of the charts? Me specifically, I typically spend about 2 to 4 hours in front of the charts between typically 9 to 11 and then 2 to 4. And then I do, review, journal, and, make content outside of that time. But, in the past, I would sit there all day trading and trying to find setups all day. Now I'm kind of waiting for what I'm looking for, or at least, price to let me know that there's something that is going to happen or happening currently. Um, you know, One thing that I can say is a little bit scary is just knowing that you have the ability, but the fear of, will this be the day? Will this be the day where you possibly make a bad error? So it's just, you want to mitigate that by, having measures in place. Like outside of just your account sizes, you should have reasonable stop losses as far as how much you're willing to invest. You shouldn't be trading any money you're not willing to lose. And then if you're trading full time, you really have to think. I use prop firms, so I'm using mostly other people's money. I do intend to have, my own big live account soon enough. But you got to focus on, just managing risk, whether it's your money or it's somebody else's money. Now in 2024, we have these advantages of technology where we can use these prop firms to, leverage a small investment and then have larger buying power. For instance, for a 50K account, $30 to buy the challenge, maybe 80 to pay it. So let's just round to about $100 all in for $2,500 buying power. And you can get paid out anywhere from $500 to $2,000 twice a month. I'm typically aiming for $2,000 once a month. But that's what works for me. You have to really kind of go on a solo journey when it comes to full-time trading. You can't worry about too much what other people are doing. Other people may be treating it like gambling. Other people may be treating it like a side income, or not even like an income, just like a hobby. If you're treating this like a business, you definitely can't really reference others, especially if their risk management is not up to par. The only people you should be emulating are people with good risk management, people who talk about risk management. Anyone who talks about profits more than risk management is someone you want to be weary of. Even me. my videos where I'm talking extremely a lot about profit, those are probably not my best videos. The best videos are going to be where I'm talking about my initial risk, usually of 1 to 2 contracts, and how I built into the position. Now, that is the true key to growing as a trader, knowing when to add to a trade. It's the same thing about, your skill set, knowing when to add fuel. You should always be trying to go all in on trading as far as like knowledge and skill, not money. But at a certain point in time, you need to know when to add money to, help reward you for putting in that work. Now, it does take some time to become, proficient at this skill set, but if you put in the work, it will happen. For me, it did take, a few years to I was able to see money within the first year, right? Not consistently, but just, from time to time. By the third year, I was able to make some reasonable withdrawals, but it was still just like that up and down battle of like finding strategies, getting a profit and not thinking that it was enough, blowing up a lot of different accounts. Luckily, I was pretty broke most of that time, so it wasn't like I lost a lot of money. So, just within this year, I was able to recover pretty much everything and some of money that I've potentially lost. So this year's been really fruitful, and I'm starting to understand like what they say about once you become profitable, how exponential it can truly be. Yes, I was able to make money in the past, but truly being profitable, truly managing your emotions on a day-to-day basis is a completely different game. Truly managing yourself, having a community, having a group of people who you can work with. Slowly but surely, as I've grown, I've noticed a lot of people have been falling off. And it's probably because they're scared. They're scared of how I've been growing or how I've been, leveling up. They personally don't want to know the exact numbers and statistics and figures because it makes them feel as if they're inadequate. And so that's something you have to know too, as like a full-time trader. Like, you're gonna get a lot of hate from people. People who you thought were in your corner, on your side, are gonna show and exude levels of hate. It's an unfortunate side of the business, but it's just a part of the business. If you want to, experience a different feeling, maybe don't tell everyone about anything you're doing, so they can't, change how they're treating you. They maybe just see your lifestyle change and you let them know, but if I were you, I would never tell anyone anything, because it just creates a situation where people who you thought were your friends, even in the trading industry, become a little bit different because they look at you as different than them because they're struggling and you're not. And it's like, the truth is everyone is struggling in a certain aspect, but in realizing that how you manage the struggle is like being a trader. So if you manage your struggle by having excuses, saying, would have, could have, or should have, I would have, or I could have, or I should have done this, it's not going to help you long term. It's just going to prolong you not taking accountability for like the errors you make, or even that you could just take a wrong trade. Sometimes you take a trade and it doesn't work out. But if you can't accept that, if you're always trying to find the reasoning as to, what excuse prevented you from getting a profit or whatnot, you're never going to grow as a person. And to grow as a trader, you have to grow as a person. You cannot be limited in terms of mindset. Mindset is the most important thing in trading. So when you limit yourself in terms of mindset and growth, there's nowhere to go. You're literally trapped within your own mind, your own box. So with me, within 6 months or 5 months, I've gotten the full 20 account payout with Apex now, or I've at least qualified for it. So hopefully they do approve everything. But